always hide my name and voice. Most of my friends watch shows. My story goes as follows. I am a married man with 3 kids. I was a teacher at a private school in Calvania, Northern Cape. I was born on 13 June 1960 in Victoria West, South Africa, and raised at an orphanage home. I was told that I was damned. I was damned by the roadside. Roman Catholic sisters took me to the orphanage home. I can't mention. I stayed at the home till I was 18. At that home, when a person reaches the age of 18, he or she will be told to leave so that they manage to look after others. A day after my 18th birthday, they said I was now an adult and I should live on my own. The day was the worst part of my life. I don't have anywhere to go. I don't have relatives. I started to stay on the street. I slept under the bridge. I only have my monarch as a relative. Thanks to the home, they taught us many general skills. I started shoe repairing. I only afford money to buy food. How dirty I was. I last bathed at home 7 months ago. Most people thought I was a thief and I could run away with their shoes. Some thought I was mentally disturbed. Few clients trusted me. I spent 1.5 years living in the streets till a priest of Anglican Church took me to his home. I proceeded with my education. I was trained as a teacher. At the teacher's college, I dated this lady I wanted to marry. After graduation, the lady suddenly betrayed me over a rich person. I was heartbroken. I started to think love is all about fixing each other. To cure my pain, I should marry as earlier as possible. I married a lady I met in church. We moved to Calvania, where I got employed as a teacher at a local school. I met someone who told me that my wife was once a commercial sex worker years back. This caused me to lose more trust in women. I started dating my principal's wife. One day, we were caught pants down. I was fired from the job. My wife tried to divorce me, but I keep on convincing her to forgive me and understand that I wronged her. We moved to Karasburg in Namibia, looking for greener pastures. It wasn't easy as we expected. We started to suffer till I came up with an idea to sell burgers. There was no one doing it in that wood. The business started to grow till I opened a canteen in Karasburg. It became one of the biggest in town. I married another wife and divorced my first wife. After a year, another businessman opened a canteen next to mine. They have good customer care, cheap price. They were being liked. Most of my clients ran away from me. I started even to failing to pay rentals. The whole wood started to mock me since I was rough to customers. To worsen the situation, my wife started cheating on me with that businessman who owns that restaurant which was next to mine. This angered me. One day I went to Marienthal. I wanted to boost my business, which was falling. The Sangoma gave me a small stick. I put it into my wallet. The Sangoma told me that the stick should not be seen by anyone, and I should clean it with my manwood every day. The Sangoma also told me that I should sleep in a house for not more than 3 consecutive days. The money should not be used before informing the stick. I was surprised. How can I speak to a stick? I thought it was an ordinary stick. The Sangoma also told me to keep it in a wooden box he gave me, and I should place it under my restaurant's counter. I went back home and do as said. The following week, that restaurant which was next to mine caught fire. Everything was burnt. The building was not insured. That was a blessing to me and my restaurant. The businessman whose restaurant was next to mine moved to another place. We heard that they moved to see him. My business started to grow again. We became the best in town. I opened 15 restaurants in Namibia which are functioning. Please hide my identity. People will kill me. We used to take the saliva of the stick and the urine of the stick and put it in every food we cook. As I became richer, I started to forget to follow some of the rules. I started to have small houses. I had a small house in Springbok. I could travel to Springbok and spend the whole month there. My wife could use the money without telling me so that I can tell the stick. Since I could be available, there was nothing for her to do. I was no longer cleaning the stick. I could sleep in a house for a whole week. At some time, I returned home after spending 3 months with a girlfriend. As I was trying to go back home, there it appears a boy with the head of an old man. The thing was dressed in jeans. It was black in complexion with white hair, sitting on the driver's seat. It asked me, "What do you want in my car?" I threatened him that I was going to call the police. He started laughing. As I was telling to call the police, the thing disappeared. I was frightened. I don't know what was it. I tried to enter the car. The man appears again. He was sitting on the driver's seat. The thing said, "I want my assets back. Bring back my assets." It changed to be that stick I was given by the Sangoma. I took it and threw it away. I drove back home. On my way home, the man appeared at the right back seat of my car. I discovered it through the view mirror. He said, "You can't throw me easily like that. Make sure you are ready for the war you are starting." It disappeared. I went back to my shop. I discovered that the stick was no longer in the wooden box. One day, as I was bathing, the man appeared again. He said, "I'm very hungry. You failed to feed me. I now want your son's blood." The following day, my son was involved in a car accident whilst returning from school. I was there to the most extent. I went to a local Sangoma. I wanted the Sangoma to destroy the thing. The Sangoma told me that the stick was a Tokoloshe. He told me to take the wooden box which I was given by the Sangoma who gave me the stick. I went and threw it to the river. I went back home. To my surprise, I was shocked to see the wooden box at the store. The Tokoloshe appeared that time. It was very angry at that time. I never saw it angry as that before. It said, "Make sure you are ready for the war you started. You can't just throw my shelter like that. Where do you want me to stay?" The following week, my second wife's firstborn became mentally disturbed. We can't contain him. Since up to now, as I speak now, she is in the streets. A month later, I visited another Sangoma in Port Elizabeth. I went back home with him. We took the wooden box. He tried to burn it. The Tokoloshe appeared. He slept in Sangoma. From then, that Sangoma is deaf and dumb. Now I can't drive any car. I can't use any money. I closed all canteens. The Tokoloshe wanted to save clients on its own. Whenever I try, I'm being beaten by the Tokoloshe. Whenever I try to use the money, the Tokoloshe is beating me. We can't stay in our house. We are now renting at a cabin, a can't machine where it is. Failing even to buy food. Of all my worries, what's hurting is that I can't have sex with my wife. Whenever we try, I'm being beaten. Every day, the Tokoloshe is coming to have sex with my wife. I see it with my eyes. It seems as if my wife is falling with it. I hear her making sounds during night. At some time, I heard her saying, "Welcome, Dad," when the Tokoloshe appeared. Whenever I try to seek for help, my wife is discouraging me. I don't know what's wrong with her. My kids are in streets. One was killed. My people, let's appreciate what we have. Pray for a good life to God. Don't use lucky charms. As of me, I consider myself half dead. Please, if there is anyone who can help me, please help me.
So, okay, people, I hope you heard that story very well. In Trinidad and Tobago, we call this thing a buck. It is called a buck in Trinidad and Tobago and a lot of Caribbean islands. I believe when my mother went and do her witchcraft and they gave her different charms and stuff to bring into her house and put in my father's pillow and my father's food and stuff, people, I believe this is the creature that used to be raping me at night. If you go back in my stories and my videos, I stated it very, very clear to y'all. When my father was not around in the house to physically rape me, I was spiritually raped by a black, ugly, demonic looking man. And I couldn't help myself. I couldn't do anything to stop that rape taking place in my dreams. Anytime my father was not there to molest and to rape us, the spirit, a spirit, if you all go back in my videos, you will see my testimony is 100% real. You go back in my stories, I told it straight. I said, when my father used to work offshore. When my father was offshore working, and all of this only started taking place after the obia came into our home, and it went into the pillow, and my mother put stuff in the food. She planted stuff in the garden by coconut trees and banana trees. After she would have done that, every single day, people, we used to be sexually abused, me and my siblings, before we would go to school. I told you all stories that my mother used to stand up like she just standing there like a robot, looking at her children being raped by her husband, not doing anything to stop it, not trying to help her children come out of that. I believe this is the demonic. After she collected these charms from these obia men, I have no doubt in my mind that these are the demonic beings that my mother gave access through going to the obia man and bringing charms in our home. She gave access to these kind of demonic creatures that used to rape me in my sleep every night. Anytime my father was not in the house to physically rape me, a demon used to do it. And I would be fighting in that dream, and I couldn't stop it. I couldn't get that creature off of me. I couldn't stop it in the dream. I would fight until eventually I will have to just give up and let that thing have its way, because it was very tiring fighting that in my dream. Back then I was only a child. I was only wasn't even a teenager yet, maybe between 9 and 11. I was just a child. And I used to fight, but eventually I would give up and just let the thing have its will. And that thing used to rape me in my sleep. Boy, people out there who are following these programs, take note, people, take note. Do not go and do these witchcraft, ladies. Do not bring these people charms in your house, ladies. Take notes. Listen to the testimony of different people. Listen to people's testimonies and take note. When you bring these things into your house, you have no control. They take over your will. They take over your will. You have no control. They violate, they abuse, they destroy your children. I am only here today. I believe God kept me alive so that I can spread these stories throughout my family and I can break the generational curses in my family. And also, He also have me using this platform as a way to spread this message to help many, many other young ladies out there who may be desperate to hold a man. You're a single mother and you have your children and them, and you're desperate to go and hold some man. So you take up your pad and your period blood and you feed up the man charm because the Obeah man tell you to do it. People, these things have deadly, serious consequences. Listen to that man's story. It is a very powerful and sad story. The man he lost his will. He lost his will. The spirit took over his will. The spirit took over his will to even have sex with his wife. He cannot do it, but he have to be made to watch the spirit do it. These are some horrible stories. And people, the guy I was seeing from Ghana, that guy was a wizard. I even shared this. I called him Red and I have a video. I shared videos on there with that guy. He was a wizard. These were the things that he was practicing. The time I was living with that man, I did not have the spiritual knowledge that I have now. I did not have the spiritual wisdom that I have now. I was just an innocent babe. All I knew at the time when I was seeing this guy, where concerning spirituality is concerned, is the Our Father prayer. And that guy was coming from Ghana. He took advantage because he understood all. You see, most of these stories I'm sharing here, like this story now here, this particular story, it's from Ghana. This guy that I was seeing, he was coming from Ghana. So he understood all these things. He was practicing these things. That is why he was able to work with he was working as a witch doctor for my ex-in-laws and them. This guy was a practicing wizard, and he did a lot of these people from Ghana, Nigeria, who mixes up in these things. They then look for young ladies who's coming from the Caribbean, and we are naive, like myself. I was so naive, and all I knew was the Our Father prayer. I knew nothing spiritual. But he knew many things spiritual, that guy. He knew many. But at that time, even in his household, he had creatures like this on the screen here. That was what he used to have as an ornament, as ornaments in his house. While I was with him, in the time I was with him, that relationship, I had no joy whatsoever in that relationship. That relationship was from the pit of hell. I don't know how I got in the relationship, people. I know how I got out though, because I never wanted to be in. So when the time I was living with this guy, every single night I used to go and sleep, and I would always have a dream that I am drowning or I was blind. The Spirit of the Almighty, the Creator, was trying to show me what was going on. But back then, when you have no spiritual knowledge, it doesn't matter what dreams you get, you will dismiss the dreams because you do not have knowledge as to what the dream means. Back then, constantly I was dreaming I'm blind. Constantly I was always drowning until this guy would send people to kill me in 2017 with their poison wine, is when everything come together and I realized, damn, I couldn't believe it, people. It took me months when I found out that these people who were so close to me, coming in my home, so close to me, and they were so evil. That was so hard to bear. That was so hard to bear. But people, I believe that God made me go through all of these things to understand it and to do exactly what I am doing now. To be a teacher, to be a helper, I am walking in my calling now. So I thank that guy who've done me the evil, because many people, that guy and my ex-in-laws who've done me the evil, I thank them. If only they know what they have done for me, it may kill them. It may kill them if they know what they have done for me, because their intention was to kill me, but instead I became more powerful. Instead of they killing me, I started walking in my calling. I started walking in power. I started doing what my destiny called, what God put me up on the earth for, but I needed them to activate it. God used those same people to activate that which he put inside of me, and now it's activated. So we shall go forward and we shall continue with the stories. We shall continue sharing all the stories. And people, please wake up. Young ladies, stop going to these witch doctors and stuff and doing their evil. And the stuff always backlash. You see, after they tried to kill me and they brought black evil shoes to me, my ex, who was the mastermind behind it, the witch doctor behind it, the sangoma behind it, the obiaman behind it, after they left, after the wrong person, the right person put her foot in the evil black shoes that she brought for me. I told you all, my ex then, the witch doctor, he ended up sending me about 8 pairs of shoes in the post. He tried to turn around. He tried to turn around that the witchcraft that they done, and it went wrong. He tried to do a reversal, but baby, it could not have been reversed. It could not been reversed, because the Almighty God took over. It could not have been reversed. So what happened? His daddy died suddenly. Suddenly. It was because of the spirits that he raised up to do evil, and it did not work. So it was returned back to sender. I am going to stick with my back to sender. When these people do such evil things, it must return back to them. The hole that they dig for you, they must fall in it. The hole that they're going to be digging, the grave that they're going to dig for you to bury you, them must fall in it. The very same person that dig in the grave, them does fall in it. That is the word of God. In my language, I call it back to sender. So people, we shall meet again. Take care. God bless. Best of love. You can do your inquiries on the internet and find out the name of this. I said in Trinidad we called it it is called